Tank, I just wanted to ask earlier, you said, hopefully you can get the rematch with Lamont next, but everybody looks at you as the face of boxing and as somebody who calls the shots. Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year?
Uh, I'm not sure, bro. Uh, I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we could get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
What is?
You might see it in a minute. You definitely might see it in a minute.
What's going on, YouTube? So I guess it's official now that Jake Paul will be taking on Gervonta Tank Davis on November 14th, streaming live on Netflix. I like to call it the TD Jakes bout. To me, this is an embarrassing move. Now, I know people going to say, you know what? Especially the Tank and Maniacs. They're going to say, yo, Tank just trying to get money. It's all about business. Boxing's about business. Why are we hating on a brother when you let them two European dudes from the UK fight Francis Ngannou? I get it. Y'all got some sort of an argument, right? Here's the thing I have with it. Nobody was really even co-signing the UK dudes fighting Ngannou. Now, I guess they might have co-signed mainly Anthony Joshua when he knocked him out based on what Ngannou did with Tyson Fury. But let's just be honest here, man. A lot of people sitting up here celebrating these, the Tank and Maniacs, they celebrating about the money part like as if Tank Davis is going to cut him a check or something. That's what they acting like. I can see it already. I just got home and I already read the articles. So I haven't watched any lives or whatever, but I guarantee you these Tank and Maniacs are going to celebrate like Tank going to pay him give him a check for it or something. That's what they acting like. Now, the crazy part about it is that you're going to have some people make videos and they're going to say, well, when Canelo was doing it, nobody had a problem with it. That's bullshit. Everybody had a problem with Canelo doing it, including myself. Well, I don't even fuck with Canelo anyway, but of course I had a problem with it. Even the Sheik had a problem with it. So we got to get away from that. Oh, nobody having a problem with it when Canelo was going to do it. It was good when he was going to do it, but it ain't okay when I do it. Nah, fuck that. Stop with the bullshit narratives. Stop it. Stop it right there. I had a problem with it when Canelo was going to do it, and I got a problem with it that Tank is going to do it. And I'm just keeping it a bean. So this is really embarrassing. Don't get me wrong, like Tank getting his money. He's getting his money, but bro, you done ducked the rematch? You done ducked the rematch? I know he gonna say, well, he wanted the rematch, but apparently that's not gonna happen next. That's what he said in some months back. He said that. Like as if somebody is pushing him out there. So if it's the PBC that's doing that, if I was a lot of the people on the roster of the PBC, I would seriously think about leaving, especially if you're in Tank Davis' weight class, because they coddled this dude. I'm not saying Tank Davis can't fight. Of course he could fight. He got a lot of talent, but they coddled this dude to do things like he actually earned it. This is a man who refuses to fight Devin Haney, even when Devin Haney was in his division. After Devin Haney moved up, Tank Davis ain't want no parts of him. This is the same Tank Davis who avoided Vasily Lomachenko until he got older. But people will make excuses for that as well. Oh, I'm going to get the watered down version of Vasily Lomachenko. This is the same Tank Davis that avoided Tevin Farmer, Not only Tevin Farmer, Gary Russell. He voided both of them. They coddled this dude to not fight these guys. Those are two good wins right there that would have been on Tank Davis' record. And I'm talking about before, for you to fought him a while back. But no, they didn't do that. They moved this dude like, basically like a model. You know what I'm saying? They moved this dude like Tank as a model, man. We got people sitting up here, praising Tank when he got his hair permed. We seen other people sitting up here writing love letters to Tank Davis. Like, no shit, man. Boxing channels. A boxing channel, popular one, wrote a love letter to Tank Davis. Basically, confess his love to Tank Davis. I said, geez, man. This is getting out of hand. Don't get me wrong. I understand this is more likely going to be an exhibition. And he's going to get paid for the exhibition. And it's a money grab. Ain't nothing wrong with money grabs. But what I'm saying is that Tank got in a fight with Lamont Roach. Arguably, definitely lost the fight regardless of the knockdown. He actually beat fucking Tank Davis regardless of the knockdown. But the knockdown will, be the cherry on top, which was he knocked Tank Davis down. I know people want to say, oh, the braid got in his eye and he just took a knee because his eye was burning. Like, nah, dude, your ass got knocked down. That's a knockdown. Then on top of that, he was supposed to have got disqualified for the fight. If not, even an extra point taken away when he ran to the corner and his coach came up and wiped his face with the towel. The fix was in. It was like they thought, okay, this was going to be a win and I walked myself into Jake Paul. But no, man, you end up getting a controversial draw in a fight that you lost and you still walked your way to Jake Paul. You didn't even want to run it back immediately. And that's sad that shit like that will actually happen. Now, I'm not just going to get on Tank on this joint. I'm also going to get on Jake Paul. I don't understand somebody like a Jake Paul who is ranked. I don't know how he got ranked, but they ranked him number 14 in WBA based on a whole cherry picking resume. They allowed this dude to get ranked at cruiserweight on a cherry picking resume. Now, you always hear people talking about, let's use Floyd Mayweather, for example, because, you always got this one channel keep repeating the same shit over and over and over again when it comes to Floyd Mayweather. He always be like, oh, well, there was a pretty boy Mayweather, and then there was a money Mayweather. The pretty boy, he did all this and that and that and this, and then the money version, he was just more relaxed. He was about to make the money. Like, dude, stop glazing, man. Everybody had a money version. I ain't gonna say everybody, but mostly everybody, especially as they got older. They weren't fighting at, the tough opposition like they were when they were younger. They were able to pick and choose whether it was by the promoter doing it, if he found a way he was going to make some money off of you, or you had control of your own career and you did it. So a lot of people were doing that. Doesn't matter how famous they were. A lot of people were doing that. It's just that Floyd Mayweather was able to capitalize on it just as much as Canelo has as well. Another person that capitalizes on it. Same thing with Manny Pacquiao. He also capitalized on it. So everybody got a money version. You know what I'm saying? At least there are actual fighters who say, fuck, I want to make money fighting the toughest guys. I ain't going to make money fighting, certain guys I know I could beat. I mean, let's just keep it a buck, man. Keep it a buck. Anyway, this dude has a cherry picking career and made it into the rankings. And he's going to get more exposure by fighting a little guy in Tank Davis. And it's so crazy that even though this will more likely be an exhibition, depending on how this fight goes, they probably move his ass up the rankings. We know Jake Paul ain't trying to fight nobody for real. He gonna find each and every advantage that he actually could get in order to make a fight. He ain't want no smoke. Like, I know he did a face-off with, Zudo. Trust me, he don't want to pass a Zudo. I ain't even a Zudo fan. Zudo beat the shit out of fucking Jake Paul ass. The problem child. Now, don't get me wrong. I admire the fact that Jake Paul actually promote the women's boxing. Like, as a promoter, I could respect that. As far as promoting and stuff, I could respect that. But let's just be honest here. As a fighter, I know people say, well, he could fight. Yeah, you could fight against motherfuckers they set you up with. Of course. But let's just be honest here. You fighting old, mainly MMA guys in a boxing match. The MMA guys is the ones that got him ranked, basically. Jake Paul lost to Hughie Fury, never ran it back with him. Somehow, Jake Paul gets ranked, and I don't know where Hughie Fury is even ranked at. Like I said, this is total embarrassment, man. The guy that whipped his ass ain't even ranked, but fucking Jake Paul can get ranked in the top 15. This is like, I'm telling you, man, you can't make this stuff up. Now, I know people gonna be like, oh, why you hating on Jake Paul? No, it's not hate, man. I'm just being honest, man. Anytime you sit up here and allow somebody to rob the bank without doing any work, you part of the problem. Like, I'm reading this article. I think it's on Netflix.com. And listen, look at how they wrote a paragraph in there. They said, Jake Paul shocked the world by defeating Mike Tyson in the most watched live professional sporting event in history, which drew over 108 million viewers. Man, yo, you beat up somebody's grandfather, man. I don't give a damn if it's Mike Tyson or not. You beat up a fucking granddaddy, man, a senior citizen. This is who people are, rocking with. The reason why it was the most viewed, because of Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is a cultural icon when it comes to boxing. Maybe there were people out there that thought Mike Tyson has a chance. He has a chance. But I knew it from the beginning. I said Mike Tyson is too old. The man damn near died last year, even before the fight. Because, he got ill. And then turn around when the fight actually took place. Tyson sitting up there spending more time biting on his gloves than actually trying to swing. Now, that was a money grab for Mike Tyson. But just the way they're trying to promote this fight with Tank, they gonna hype up Jake Paul by saying he shocked the world by beating old ass Mike Tyson. Like, give me a break, man. Give me a break for real. But Jake Paul, he could talk his shit because he called Tank Davis David. After he beats David, he's gonna go after Goliath. I'm interested in to know who's the Goliath gonna be. Cause ain't gonna be nobody ranked real high. I guess the Goliath to him is somebody who weighs more than Tank but still weighs less than him. He'd probably be like, oh, Canelo, come on, let's do it, Canelo. And he weighs more than Canelo. But yeah, I'm giving that work to both of these guys, man. I know they're going to say, oh, you're going to hear some people say, oh, why are they going to listen to you? They make millions of dollars. Why would they listen to somebody like you? Like, dude, shut the fuck up, man. We ain't trying to hear that shit, man. When consumers are out there, people who consume, they would like to see the best fight the best. If you want to watch a circus, watch a fucking circus. You want to see entertainment? Be entertained by the circus. You know what I'm saying? Some people like to be entertained by the best fights happening. Not some old scripted Hollywood stuff. Like it's crazy. I can't even believe this. Man, what else they put in here? Let me scroll down to the. Oh, okay. So basically, Jake Paul talking his joint, talking about it's gonna shatter the record as the most watch based on what the Mike Tyson thing. Now, don't get me wrong, Tank Davis got fans, but he ain't got Mike Tyson fans. You gotta understand, people who never even saw Mike Tyson fight or who weren't even alive to see Mike Tyson fight are actually fans of Mike Tyson. So it's generations of people that are Mike Tyson fans. And like I said, Tank does have fans because he does sell out. I will give him that. He does sell out the gate. But let's just be honest here. He ain't touching the Mike Tyson fans. And on top of that, this better not be a fucking scripted exhibition. I know it's an exhibition more than likely because they ain't going to be in the same weight class. But this better not be some old scripted bullshit. And then I'm interested to know, what weight is Tank Davis going to come at when he challenges Jake Paul? And then on top of that, after the fight, what weight is he going to go to after the fight is over? Is he going to return to 135 pounds? Or is he going to move up and challenge himself? Or is he really going to retire? Depending on the how much this, much money is generated from the fight. We would just have to see, man. But again, man, this is this is just crazy work for real. But like I said, I know the Tanking Maniacs, man, they gonna come out and they gonna be like, oh, well, don't be hating, man. Yeah, why y'all wanna hate on Tank? Tank ain't paying y'all no fucking money, man. Shut the fuck up. We ain't trying to hear that bullshit. Ain't nobody hating on Tank either. Like I said, I'm pissed off at both of them that they actually allowed this shit to happen. Now, if Tank Davis going to retire after the fact, then fuck it, whatever. Do your thing, Tank. But again, it just looks whack that you don't go right into the immediate rematch because it didn't go to plan. And then all of a sudden, you fighting Jake Paul. TD Jakes. That's what it should be promoted. TD Jakes. Bold and understanding, I'm out. Peace.